Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about one of my favorite subjects and how it can help you actually make some changes and progress in your finances. The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan story. But first, if this is your first time joining me here on the channel, go ahead and hit your subscribe button and you will be notified every time I upload a new video. So I know this can seem kind of interesting, like what does The Last Dance have to do with personal finance, getting out of debt, or moving forward to build wealth? Well, I kind of thought that too. And to be honest, if you're a fan of something, you could probably pretty much relate it to anything. But I did see a few things that really were good and helpful about Michael Jordan that helps bring a little bit more transparency to something that we all kind of go through. So, number one, by now it's about the middle of this whole docu-series, The Last Dance. So, it talks about the last season of the Chicago Bulls run in their sixth championship, and then throughout that season, it kind of bounces back and forth to different pieces of people's lives. Michael Jordan being kind of the main character, and then other key players, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, all those different things. But I just want to focus on some of these things that I was able to pull out from there. So, number one, the focus. Michael Jordan is arguably the best athlete of our time, of all time, and especially well known for being the best athlete ever to be in the NBA. Greatest athlete ever, the GOAT, essentially. But one of the things that he prided himself on was the focus that he had on his craft. And I think that's something we all can kind of relate to, that's needed. So if you're trying to be successful in business or in your job or what have you, by really learning to focus in on that craft, learning the skills necessary, really trying to overcome the challenges that stop you in your day-to-day, learning to look at how you can really better your best. And one thing that was really consistent about Michael was that anyone who talked to him said he came to practice as if it was a game. So he gave his A level every day. If we do that in our craft, we essentially will become the Michael Jordan of our craft. We will become the expert. We'll become the go-to, the guru of that particular craft. And why is that necessary? Or how does that help you build wealth? Well, the thing about Michael is, which brings me to the second piece, is you may not make your income from your main source. So Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all those different players, is very well documented that they did not make a lot of money on their salary. Michael Jordan in particular, he did not really make a lot of money on his salary in the NBA. It wasn't until his last couple of years where he was making about 33 million, not thousand, I'm sorry, 33 million a year. So he only got that for maybe a couple of years. The other time he was making single digit millions for his work, but yet he was considered the greatest of all time. But it wasn't, when you think of where Michael is now, he's coming up on being worth nearly $2 billion. It wasn't the fact of basketball, how much he got paid from the NBA that made him money. It was the fact that he was so good at that craft, it opened up opportunities for him to be able to go and do other things. So you got Nike looking at him. You got Hanes, McDonald's, endorsements, so many different things. Now, granted, we all in regular, we may have more of a regular career that doesn't garner that much aspect. But it does beg the question. The skills you have and the ability you have to be able to go in and do your job every day. So if you're an accountant, could you perhaps help individuals with their taxes? Or could you be more of a virtual accountant for small businesses? Things of that nature. If you are a therapist, can you do group sessions, or can you put out a book, or can you offer a virtual academy? Many different things. Even if you're on YouTube, a lot of things that you've seen from people when you go around YouTube. I know for me, when I'm kind of going down that rabbit hole of the algorithm, you understand that the successful people in YouTube, they typically have YouTube as their base kind of starting point of a business. So they start to be known for YouTube, and they get really good about the content that they're putting out and how they connect with you, the audience, and things of that nature. But then they start to venture off to complementary streams of income that help them actually grow their business model. And that's simply what Micheal Jordan did in his concept. And that's what we all should do. You really should understand that, number one, you may not be able to make the money that you would like to make in your career, but you can take the skills that you and the experience that you're getting from that career and translate that to other avenues of income. And I think under those other avenues and additional streams of income is going to be very vital for you going forward. So I thought that was just an impeccable piece of opportunity that we all can relate to. So you have focus. You definitely need to understand the different streams of income, and then understand that you have to be consistent and motivated. Now, the thing about this Micheal Jordan story is understanding that, hey, out of everyone, one thing that he really said was a lot of people understood or misunderstand what it's like to be Micheal Jordan on a regular, everyday basis. Some people say, if I could be Micheal Jordan for a day, he was like, well, maybe you should try for a year. And when you watch this docuseries, how he had pressure from the media, he was constantly bombarded. He couldn't do the simple things in life. The same thing is going to be said. We all have to deal with the pressure from outside our community. And the reason why I say that is, though you may not be to the status level of a Micheal Jordan, the fact is you will get pressure and you will get negative feedback from just your social media. If you're in YouTube land, you will have, not every comment is going to be positive and going forward. If you post that you're going to start a new business, maybe everybody doesn't run to your business. Or if you post that you're going to get a promotion, or you're just posting your goals and things of that nature, maybe you bought a new car, whatever the case may be, there is going to be some sort of negative feedback that comes back for the decisions you make. And one of the things that you have to understand is that just goes with your prosperity. And you have to not allow that to deter you from continuing to climb forward. So when you think about how you want to build wealth, you're going to have people and naysayers of what you're doing. Maybe you're living on a little bit tighter of a stricter budget. Maybe you don't do things because you set your financial priorities and you're going to stick to them. So I really want you to understand that when you start living adjusting your financial habits, and you're not doing things quite possibly in the way that others think you should do things, it's going to present an opportunity for conflict. And that's not a bad thing, but understand that that's part of what's going on. That's what's going to happen for you going forward. I'm not going to keep this drawn out, but those are 3 different things that I thought was really good about the Last Dance docuseries that we all can take forward. I hope you guys are, if you're a fan, go ahead and watch the docuseries. I'd love to hear your feedback and things you've taken away from that docuseries in the comments below. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. But I want you to understand there are things we can learn from people who've been successful, and there are things we can learn from people who haven't been successful. Dennis Rodman, for example, may not want to live. Dennis Rodman was a huge success, but he also spent a lot of his money. He made a lot of bad choices. He's not really worth as much as he used to. And that's one of the struggles of the NBA and a lot of people, that paycheck to paycheck stat, 80% of people living, nearly 80% of people living paycheck to paycheck. That's true whether you're in the NBA or whether you just work in a regular 9-to-5 job. So really think about what you can do, how you can actually move forward in your focus, developing more streams of income, and really staying consistent as you start to move forward and not letting the naysayers set you back. I hope this video is helpful for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.